Okay, we're now recording.
Sounds good. So a little bit about myself. I am a nurse recruiter for Mount Carmel. My name is Erin Kalp. I've been at Mount Carmel since about January, so a little bit under 1 year. And the service lines that I specifically recruit for are perioperative services, our cardiac units, and then our med-surg orthopedic units. But I help out with really everything. So very involved with all of the nursing recruitment that goes on at Mount Carmel. So just thank you all for taking some time out of your evening to talk with me. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but basically I have a video that I would like to share, and then we can talk a little bit about Mount Carmel, and then, really just leave it up to you all for questions. So any questions before we get started?
Sorry, I took a second to unmute. No, not for me.
Okay, so yeah, here's YouTube video, and this just kind of, I'm not sure how familiar you all are with Mount Carmel, but when I first saw this video, it was very eye-opening for me. It may be a tearjerker, so just giving you guys a heads up, but this is a little bit about Mount Carmel.
All right, we'll see how this goes.
We see patients that we're not seeing anywhere else. These are people that have some have dropped through the cracks, and we're out there trying to find those folks and making sure that they have the care that they need. We have our med tech that drives our Jeep. We have a chaplain and myself. We have blankets, sleeping bags, socks, flashlights. Those are all really needed out in the camps.
So you see that black and white Jeep full of it makes you happy, because I know that there are people who care. It shows that there is some love in the community, and you don't just throw people away and just forget about them.
We wouldn't know what to do if Mount Carmel wasn't coming out here. I mean, we'd have to go around to different hospitals and try to get different things done. Nobody else would come out here and deal with the outside world. Campers, but Mount Carmel's always been here.
It gives the people who need the help a hope. And if you don't have hope, then you're lost.
I think we have really saved some lives by going out there when we do. I'm so glad that we've been able to do this, and hope to continue to do this, because there's always going to be homeless.
I always ask them, where do you guys hide your wings? If Mount Carmel wasn't around, there'd be chaos. A lot of people depend on them. I was homeless, and Mount Carmel came into my camp. They took my blood pressure. It was 210 over 140. They had to come into my camp and gave me the medicine. I'd probably be dead right now.
We come here as an urgent medical care, but we also see people with diabetes, hypertension. We do minor surgery also.
They reach people that need to be helped. Once they go try to help those people, they don't go help them and then that's the end of it. They continue to help those people.
Without Mount Carmel's help for the homeless and the underserved, there would be very little help for these people who really need it.
If I had $1 million, I'm poor. I'm poor as a church mouse, but if I had $1 million, I would donate it to them because they try to make people's lives a lot better.
Because of you.
Because of you.
Because of you.
Because of you.
So when I started with Mount Carmel back in January, I actually got to tour the mobile coach bus, and they do, actually go to homeless camps.
There is a nonprofit.
And it's really touching to see, how they interact with the community here in Columbus and just the care that they give. It's really truly amazing. And one of Mount Carmel's core values is commitment to those who are poor. So they kind of touched on that in the video, but we are part of Trinity Health, and so Trinity Health is one of the largest healthcare organizations here in the U.S. It's a nationwide healthcare organization, and we are a Catholic healthcare organization, so we are faith-based. And really what that means, it's our mission to serve our patients and to also serve our community. So as you can see from this slide, we have about 5 hospitals. We've been here for over 100 years, and that is just a little bit about Mount Carmel. Any questions?
Not yet.
Or we can go ahead and skip to the next slide. And I think the next slide is just what we're able to offer. Yep, so competitive compensation, retirement, generous paid time off, relocation assistance, tuition reimbursement. Right now we do have a sign-on bonus going on. We offer referral bonuses. So, these are just a little bit of the perks and benefits that we're able to offer. Any questions about these?
Are all the locations located in and directly around Columbus?
Yes, they are all pretty much right off of 270. So they all have pretty close access to the highway, which is nice. But yes, they're all in Columbus. We've got Mount Carmel Grove City. We've got Mount Carmel West, which is kind of central. It's downtown. We've got Mount Carmel East, which is our flagship hospital. That's in the Reynoldsburg, Gahanna area. They are level 2 trauma. And then we have Mount Carmel St. Anne's, which is in Westerville. And then we have our Mount Carmel New Albany Hospital, which is just it's a smaller surgical hospital.
Thank you.
And then we can go ahead and skip to the next slide then. Oh, okay. So, I think from here, I really just wanted to leave it up to you all to see kind of what questions you might have, what information might be valuable for you to hear from a nurse recruiter, just any way that I can help or any questions that I can answer. I just kind of wanted to keep it pretty informal and leave it up to you all to lead the conversation.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
Do you offer internships?
No, we do not. I think that's something that they are working on, but at this time, we do not.
Okay, thank you.
So there's no even like residency programs, Aaron, or anything like that?
We do have a residency program, yes, and it is for nurses who have graduated, who have their license. It's a 2-year program. However, the second year is a little bit more hands-off. The first year is more hands-on. I think they meet once a month, and really it's just a program to provide our new grad nurses with extra support. I think they do projects when they get together, and it's really just a way for us to check up on your progress, to see what you're struggling with, and it's really just an extra support system.
Okay, so it's for those who are already hired in then?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually start all of our new grad hires into that program, so there's really no way around it. They're automatically put into the program.
And so I know in some nursing residency programs, they actually are stationed in different parts of the hospital to kind of see where their best fit is. Is your residency program anything like that, or are they?
No, it's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, they are typically on the unit that they have interviewed for and have accepted the offer for.
Okay.
Now, when they get oriented and they are comfortable on their own, then sure, maybe they might float if needed. But the intent is not to try out different units. The intention there is to keep them on the unit that they were hired into, and to help out then floating if needed.
Okay. So is there any certain department, Brandy or Lee, that you're interested in the most, or are you open, or?
Overall, like I may change my mind whenever I actually get to go through clinicals, but my initial interest is like labor and delivery or ER, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Lee? Are there any units that you're interested in?
I'm mainly interested in trauma.
Okay, yeah.
But
And
I
when you
am
say
open.
trauma, sorry, Lee, when you say trauma, do you mean like same thing, kind of critical care, ICU and ED, or maybe something within surgery? Do you know?
Yeah, like ER trauma units. Like kind of direct, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm also
Absolutely.
interested, yeah, in brain and spinal injuries.
Okay, so maybe like a neuro unit.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Well,
Aaron,
we do have.
go
Yep.
ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to mention we do have a neuro ICU at Mount Carmel East. So, as you go through your program, that could be definitely something that we keep in mind.
So where do they go to find the available positions that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can actually send you all a link when we are finished here with the Zoom. But really what you'll do is I actually have the link in front of me here right now. You can go through Mount Carmel's website down to the careers tab and then search for jobs that way. You can also go to Trinity's website and search for jobs at Mount Carmel, whatever's easiest for you, but I can go ahead and send you that link after we get off the Zoom.
Well, it's mountcarmelhealth.com, right?
Yep.
And then you go down to current openings.
Yep. Current openings.
Okay. So they're segmented out by location, looks like, and even.
Yep.
Okay.
And we would want to browse jobs at Mount Carmel Health System. And then there's tabs where you can get it narrowed down by location and what type of position.
So there's
Yeah,
102
nursing.
opportunities right now in nursing. There's one for the emergency department. But yeah, you can see all the different, there's Westerville, you know,
Yep.
up in, so there's several pages of openings.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities for you all there at Mount Carmel. Now, Amanda, what do you like for your nursing students to include on their resumes? What are some suggestions for those?
Yeah. So, you know, I would suggest always putting education on top, very easy to see. I guess when I'm looking at a resume, you know, I like to see name, contact information, education, and then experience. With you all being new grads, I think it would be important to put your clinical information, your clinicals on there, and which units and where at, and how many hours. I think that would be helpful. I'm trying to think, you know, really it's just making sure that you're outlining all of your nursing experience. And then if you have any prior healthcare experience as well, I think that would be helpful to include on there.
Okay. And any interview tips for job interviews?
Interview tips. Let me think here. So I guess a tip that I always like sharing with students is the question, tell me about yourself. Because I feel like with that question, it's kind of a loaded question. You know, where do you go with this? What kind of information do you want to know? So, you know, my advice and my recommendation would be to just kind of always keep it professional and talk about yourself professionally. So, for example, you know, my name's Erin Kelp. I just graduated from Shawnee State University in May 2020. You know, here's where I completed my clinical rotations. Here's what I'm looking for in something new. I'm looking for a full-time night shift ER position. I'm interested in this campus. You know, my background has been as a medical assistant. My strengths are, you know, trying to think, building relationships with patients, so far and so on. So I would just recommend always keeping it professional, and trying to keep a quick introduction about maybe your prior work experience, your education, and then what you're looking for, and going from there.
Okay.
Other than that, I think my other piece of advice is just overall attitude can go a very long way in an interview. So even if you don't have experience, just being very excited to be speaking with the hiring manager, letting them know that you're excited, motivated, ready to work, just overall attitude, I think goes a very, very long way. One of my hiring managers, one of her questions that she always likes to ask is, what's your happy meter on any given day? How happy are you generally? Because she wants a culture there on her floor where everyone can get along really well. No one's afraid to ask questions, just very positive culture. So that's a question that she likes to ask. Skills, they can teach. But attitude, they cannot. So I would just say positive attitude, definitely.
Okay. That's great advice. Thank you. Good to know.
Of course. Yeah, right now, everything at Mount Carmel is being completed in a virtual capacity. So our visitor policy is kind of non-existent right now. So, it's kind of been nice, I think, for our new hires to be doing a phone interview, or maybe, a WebEx interview, which is similar to Zoom, just so they're maybe a little bit more comfortable if they're nervous about interviewing. And then sometimes the managers then will invite them back, not necessarily to shadow with COVID, but more so just to observe the unit and maybe get a quick tour. And I think that's been helping out a lot too.
Okay. Well, do you have any more questions for Erin? Brandy and Lee?
I don't think so.
I had
not
a
at this time.
Go ahead.
I had just a quick clarifying question. So for Brandy and Lee, when you guys say first year BSN, when do you both graduate?
I actually graduate the BSN program 2023. I have my LPN, but I also live all the way out in Stout, which is a little over 2 hours away, it sounds like.
Okay.
Well, the BSN is
And
a
then,
4-year program.
yep.
Sometimes they come into it, as a freshman, and then other times they come into it after having already gotten their associate's degree and to make them a registered nurse. So are you all just starting into the nursing program, or have you already been through the ADN?
I'm just starting.
Okay.
Well, I would say, bachelor's degree in nursing, definitely a huge plus. Mount Carmel, we do have a BSN requirement. So our new hires that do not have a BSN do have to sign a BSN agreement upon hire. So I think that's awesome that you guys are already enrolled. You definitely have some time. So, maybe when you guys are going through clinicals, we have some sort of partnership and can offer clinicals at Mount Carmel. I'm not the one who would give the call on that. I'm not sure who it would be, probably our clinical informatics team or our nurse residency team. So definitely a conversation that we could get started.
Right, absolutely. And you mentioned something there. If they don't have their BSN when they hire in with you, they have to commit to get it. Do you offer educational assistance for that?
So we actually have a College of Nursing, Mount Carmel does. And so we have a program to help the new hires who want to attend Mount Carmel's College of Nursing to complete from their ADN to BSN program. I don't know the specifics on tuition reimbursement and what that might look like if they would choose to go to another university. I could probably get that information for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. But if they go to Mount Carmel, do they have to pay tuition for that?
I want to say that tuition is paid for with some commitment, clause. Hey, if you leave Mount Carmel in a certain amount of time, it would need to be reimbursed in some capacity.
Right. They have to commit for so many years.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, obviously, we recorded this, so our other nursing students will be able to watch it too, including those who are getting ready to graduate this year. So we'll certainly give them your contact information and have them reach out to you or Amanda if they're interested and make sure that they know where the job openings are posted. And of course, Brandy and Lee are starting early, and that's a great initiative to start early in your nursing education, to start looking and seeing what the opportunities will be.
Yes, absolutely. So, sorry, there's an echo. Hope you guys can hear me okay. But yes, Brandy and Lee, absolutely. I think it's awesome that you guys are there just starting your program and you're starting to explore opportunities and seeing what you want to do. Because when I took over the perioperative service line a few months ago, I had never been in the OR ever before. I've never had surgery before. I had never been there. And I actually got to shadow a couple surgeries and I got to shadow the nurse. So I was literally right there, right behind the surgeon. And it was a very eye-opening experience. So my advice to you all is just try to get as much experience as you can and explore all those opportunities so that you can find out what might be the best fit for you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Erin. We appreciate it. And we'll certainly be in touch. We hope to be having a career fair opportunity for our nursing students next semester. And right now, I
Okay.
don't know if that will be in person or virtual. We just today made
Right.
a decision to convert all of our in-person stuff to virtual because Sauter County's under a red level in the
Yeah.
system due to the COVID. So, Brandy and Lee, I hope that you have claimed your handshake accounts. As Shawnee State students, you automatically have a handshake account. That's our career platform. If you don't know
Okay.
how, I'll certainly certainly send you the information as a follow-up to this video. And the Career Services office is in Massey Hall, right next to the Student Success Center, towards the front of the building there, off the lobby. And we can help with your resume. We can even do some practice interviews with you. We can give you tips on dress and all kinds of good information to help prepare you to launch your career. So with that, anything else you want to add, Erin?
No, this has been great. So again, thank you all for your time this evening. If you have any questions, you'll have Amanda's information. Definitely go through her, but I am more than happy to help out. So I'll have her, maybe send you all an email so that you have my contact information as well too. And just, yeah, very nice to meet you all. So thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. We hope you have a great evening.
Thank you for your time. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.